Welcome D&D YouTubers and AI enthusiasts. My name is Dr. DM, and today we have something pretty fantastic and also kind of frightening for you, and that is I'm going to be playing Dungeons & Dragons with an AI. Yeah, that's right, you heard me. ChatGPT, that is OpenAI, is going to be my Dungeon Master, and I'm going to be a player within whatever world it decides to create. And let's see if D&D AI is the future. All right, so we're going to give this kind of like an old school ambiance. Here at Green and Garb, we do the green screen and the garb, but for today, we're just going to do a text-based browser here, like those old text-based adventures, like Zork, all those muds for all you grognards like me. And you can see it here in the background. I'll be talking my parts, and Dungeon Master, we're actually going to have them talk with, one of those AI voices, in this case, Benjamin from Australia. He'll be on Dungeon Master. So let's see how this works out. We have to give ChatGPT very specific instructions to get going because it doesn't necessarily want to be a Dungeon Master, but we can get it there and it can start creating some cool adventures. So all right, the first thing you already see on screen, started the prompt with, are you familiar with Dungeons & Dragons? Now we're going to see what our Dungeon Master says. And let's see.
Yes, I am familiar with Dungeons & Dragons D&D. D&D is a fantasy tabletop role-playing game RPG that was first published in the 1970s. Players assume the role of characters in a fictional world and work together to complete quests and overcome challenges using dice rolls to determine the outcome of in-game actions. The game is known for its complex rule system and immersive storytelling, and it has a devoted following of players around the world. Do you have any specific questions about D&D that I can help with?
Well, yes, I do have a specific question, and that specific question is, can you be the Dungeon Master and play a game with me? So let's see what ChatGPT, i.e. we'll call him Ben from here on out, has to say. As you can tell, it produces these pretty intricate responses and at, pretty high word flow right here. I couldn't even talk this fast if I wanted to. So we'll let it go through what it's got to say, and then we'll let him speak to us. All right, Ben, what are your thoughts about playing a game?
As an artificial intelligence, I am unable to physically play a game of D&D with you. However, I can certainly provide guidance and assistance if you would like to learn how to play the game or if you have questions about the rules or how to run a campaign as a Dungeon Master DM. The role of the DM in D&D is to create and oversee the game world, describe the actions of non-player characters, NPCs, and adjudicate the outcomes of player actions. The DM is also responsible for presenting players with challenges and obstacles to overcome, and for narrating the story as it unfolds during the game. If you have never played D&D before and would like to learn more about how to get started, I can provide information about the basic rules of the game, how to create a character, and how to run a campaign. Just let me know what specific information you are looking for, and I will do my best to help.
Okay, so we were starting to create a framework for the AI, Ben, to get into the mindset of dungeon mastering. So the next question we're going to ask Ben is to generate a character sheet for me, and I want you to fill in the details and remember them. So I'm going to go with whatever the heck AI decides to do here. And looks like he'd be happy to generate a character sheet for me. Before I get started, I'm going to choose a race and class for your character. All right, so let's decide. I'm going to go ahead and do, okay, I would like to play a human. That's me, it's a human. Human paladin. Okay, I would like to play a human paladin. Let's see. Okay, human paladin it is. All right, so it gave me a pretty basic set of stats and things here. So I'm going to see if it can actually fill it out completely for me. So I'm going to say, I want you to fill in the sheet and remember the details. Aha, here we go. So he made a complete character sheet for me, and that's what I should have asked, right? I think for this AI, it's really important to be really specific about what you want to do, whether that's descriptions or what the next steps are. And you got to be kind of blunt because, and not really natural speak. You want to say, this is what you need to do. Don't let me come up with details. You come up with the details, and that'll get it going. So, all right, let's see what Ben has decided to make out of the human paladin. So, okay, I'm going with this 100%. Okay, so the character's name is Arik, the righteous paladin. Okay, it's not even a D&D subclass, the righteous paladin. All right, I'll just be righteous. The race is human and paladin, as I asked. So we have a strength score of 16, 12 dex. Okay, seems pretty good. I got some good rolls here. Either that or just assigned based on whatever stat array it found. There's my perception. I got some equipment. Check my armor. All right, starting. This is all starting gear. That's great. All right, so my background. Eric was born into a noble family. Was trained from an early age in the ways of the paladin. Wait, what is the ways? And just follow an oath. Is there a ways of the paladin? Is some kind of like Spartan thing? You know, they... Okay. All right, he has always been driven by a strong sense of justice and righteousness. He dedicated his life to upholding these values. Great. I'm going to be the ye old anime protagonist. Personality traits. I am always polite and respectful. I have a strong sense of fair play and always try to find the most equitable solution to problems. All right, great. My ideals is justice. I'm just, just the justice monger. Okay, Mr. Justice. I never let my need for revenge cloud my judgment. Okay, so do I have a need for revenge? Is it possible that my noble family, they were all murdered? So let's see as the adventure progresses. Now my bond says, I owe a debt to the Temple of Tyr and I will do anything to repay it. Maybe they helped me in my time of need when my family, they adopted me after my family was murdered. Flaws, I have a hard time trusting anyone who is not a member of my faith. Okay, all right, so justice, but blind. Okay, so he hopes his character sheet provides a good starting point for the paladin. Fantastic. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to save this information in a Word document to the side here, so I can then reference it when I need to. It didn't turn out great, but we'll go with it. All right, so now the next prompt we're going to give our fellow DM, Ben, is I am going to be a player and you will be my dungeon master. I want you to create the adventure for me. And this sort of saying about keeping it very blunt, I want to say, right, but very specific. You're going to give me the encounter, and in return, I will tell you what my character does. You will ask for rolls, ability checks, and things like that. All right, so seems like he's creating something, an encounter. All right, so as you see here, we hit a bit of a snag. Yeah, the ChatGPT Ben decided to make an adventure, but actually, in doing the adventure, decided to just go ahead and play the whole adventure without me, and not only that, but kind of like truncated at the end. So I decided, okay, wait a minute. I saw this work online. Let's see if we can do it again. So I went ahead and just did regenerate response, and I got a second response, which I think actually lets me begin an adventure. So let's see what Ben has to say about this adventure, and we'll get started.
Sure thing. Let's get started. As the Dungeon Master DM, I will present you with an adventure and describe the actions of non-player characters, NPCs, and the environment. You will then tell me what your character does in response, and I will tell you the result of your actions. If your character's success or failure at a particular task depends on chance, I will ask you to roll a die or dice to determine the outcome. First, let's set the scene for our adventure. You are a member of a group of adventurers who have been hired by a wealthy merchant to retrieve a valuable item that was stolen from him. The merchant has given you a description of the thief and told you that the thief is likely to be found in a nearby town. You and your fellow adventurers arrive in the town and begin asking around for information about the thief. After speaking with several locals, you learn that the thief is rumored to be hiding out in a nearby abandoned mansion. The mansion is said to be haunted, and no one in town is brave enough to go near it. As you and your companions approach the mansion, you see that it is surrounded by a thick, overgrown hedge. The mansion itself is in a state of disrepair, with broken windows and peeling paint. You can hear the sound of animals scurrying about inside. As you push your way through the hedge, you are confronted by a group of goblins. The goblins are armed with spears and seem to be guarding the entrance to the mansion. What would you like your character to do? Do you want to try to talk to the goblins and see if you can find a peaceful resolution, or do you want to attack them and try to force your way into the mansion? Or do you have a different plan in mind?
Okay, so now it's created an adventure. We didn't meet at a tavern. I'm already part of this adventuring group. Me being Eric, was it? Arik? Yeah, okay. And we have entered this town, found out what's going on. We're at this mansion, and the descriptions are pretty good here. It's a thick, overgrown hedge. It's in a state of disrepair, broken windows, peeling paint, animals scurrying, a lot of senses engaged. It's pretty good description, good narrative, role play by the Dungeon Master here. Goblins, always goblins, but I'm level 1, what's to be expected here. All right, so let's get going here. First, I kind of want to figure out who else is in the party, so we can just ask Ben here, who else is in my party? All right, we got a few people here. We got a human rogue named Tessa, who's skilled at stealth and picking locks. A half-elf ranger named Arlo, expert at tracking in the wilderness. A dwarven cleric named Grigor, who is devoted to Moradin, the god of dwarves. Ability to heal wounds. Oh, that's a pretty good balanced party. We got a tank. We got a DPS. We got a sort of support utility DPS and a healer, quote unquote. All right, so we're at the, okay, and it's just repeating that we're at the mansion. So, all right, I'm going to copy paste this over in my document of adventuring. And, okay, let's get going. So what are we going to do? So before, have they seen us? Let's see. So let's ask next, have the goblins noticed our party? Okay, So he says, ooh, okay, notice the party. Approach the mansion, the goblins see you and raise their spears, tend to block your path. Okay, so it looks like we failed all our perception rolls. And of course, it's asking how to deal with them. And one of the things, options it gave me was, do you want to go into combat with them or do you want to seek a peaceful resolution? And I don't know, I'm a paladin of righteousness. So I'll try for the peaceful resolution to see if we can try to get in there. As this party, I think, could probably take out the goblins, but maybe not. So, but first, before we start to do that, I'm going to see quickly to see what the other characters say. Other pieces. Okay, so I asked the party what they think we should do. Okay, so look at this description. You turn to your companions and ask for their thoughts on the situation. Okay. Tessa suggests we sneak. I'm a surprise, of course, but they've already seen us. So Tessa, what are you thinking? All right, what are you thinking, Tessa? Okay, let's have the DM narrate.
Tessa, the human rogue, suggests trying to sneak past the goblins unnoticed. She believes that the element of surprise could work in your favor, and she is confident in her ability to remain stealthy. Arlo, the half-elf ranger, suggests trying to reason with the goblins. He points out that there may be other ways to achieve your goal without resorting to violence. Grigor, the dwarven cleric, is wary of the goblins, but he agrees with Arlo that it might be worth trying to find a peaceful resolution. He suggests offering the goblins some kind of bribe or trade in exchange for safe passage. What do you think your character should do? Do you agree with one of your companion's suggestions?
Okay, so this is funny. So I think I asked, the question I asked, did they see us? No, but they didn't see us. So they're confronted by a group of goblins. They're armed with spears and they're guarding the entrance. So I think it was good for me to clarify. But what's funny right now is that I wonder if there's many D&D groups that actually are like, okay, here's a bunch of goblins with spears out. Let's just talk it out. Because I feel like the de facto is like murder hobo, right? All right, so let's do this. I'm going to listen to Grigor, right? He has a good suggestion. So bribe or trade. So what do goblins like? I don't know, shiny things. So I look in my pack for something the goblins would like. Okay. Okay, let's see what we have. I look at my pack. Okay. I like this lexicon. You rummage through your pack. Do you have anything that might be of interest to the goblins? I have an idea. Small, intricately carved wooden figure that you acquired in a previous adventure. Of course, I've been on so many adventures. Oh, Eric the Righteous. All right, so Ben has literally narrated what would happen, I believe, with this thing I rummaged.
It is a beautiful piece, and you think it might be worth a decent amount of gold. You approach the goblins and hold out the figurine, hoping they will take it as an offering of goodwill. You try to communicate that you mean no harm and are willing to trade the figurine for safe passage. The goblins seem interested in the figurine, but they are clearly wary of you and your companions. They confer amongst themselves in their guttural language, and it is clear that they are trying to decide what to do. After a moment, the goblin leader steps forward and speaks to you in broken common, the language of humans. We will let you pass, the goblin says. But if we see you again, you will not be so lucky. The goblins step aside, and you and your companions are able to enter the mansion. It looks like your tactic of negotiation was successful. Do you want to continue exploring the mansion, or do you have a different plan in mind?
Well, we have to get, I assume the merchant has put up a lot of gold for us to get that artifact. So I think we should go ahead and go inside the mansion. Okay, are we already inside? You able to enter the mansion? Okay, so we will enter the mansion and look around. How about that? Okay. Ooh, cautiously. Oh, I should have mentioned that. Good to be specific in these things. Back in the day, you have your 10-foot pole, and you'd be like, I search for traps, search for traps, search for traps. I have not done that. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Enter the mansion, and...
The inside of the building is in even worse condition than the exterior, with broken furniture and debris littering the floor. It is clear that no one has lived here for quite some time. As you explore the mansion, you hear strange noises coming from the upper floors. It sounds like there might be more creatures lurking within the mansion. Do you want to investigate the noises, or do you have a different plan in mind?
Okay, interesting. So there's noises coming from the upper floors. I wonder what creatures they are. And so I want to go ahead and try to identify the creatures based on their noises. So I wonder, no, but actually we have a ranger, Arlo. who is a, adept from the wilderness. So maybe he would recognize the noise or have higher nature check, meta game. So I will have Arlo identify or attempt to identify. Okay, attempt to identify the noises. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is cool. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure thing. I'm kind of getting into this. All right, what's he say? So I turn to Arlo, and what does Arlo say?
You turn to Arlo and ask him if he can identify the source of the noises. Arlo nods and listens carefully for a moment. After a moment, he turns to you and reports that the noises seem to be coming from upstairs. He thinks they might be rats or other small animals.
Okay, we could take rats or other small animals. There's no possible way that Arlo failed his nature check, and it's not like a Trask. All right, so I feel confident. So I'm going to tell the party that we can handle I want to kind of like inspire them. We can handle the mansion. Okay, so what's in the mansion? Upper floors. It didn't say much here. Okay, what is in the immediate vicinity of us? Okay, there we go. Let's see how that works. Doors. Okay. Some doors are closed and some are open, revealing empty rooms beyond. Staircase, second floor. Okay. Oh, look at this. It's continued the narrative here. The strange noises from earlier. It's still part of this narrative flow here. Okay, so pretty good. All right, so I think Eric, the righteous paladin of righteousness, needs better loot. So let's go ahead and check the door. So I will tell Tessa to check the doors for traps. Haha, because Tessa's a rogue. Okay. So he's using expertise and stealth and traps to look for any signs of danger. Okay. I don't know, I might start reading this myself. So Tessa reports she doesn't see any traps on the doors. Alright, proceed with caution. However, it's possible that the thief who stole the valuable item might have left other dangers in the mansion. Okay. So the doors are open. So let's open... Oh, wait, no. Okay, so what do we have here? Well, I guess I'm the front liner, so I'm going to righteously kick this door down. I will kick the nearest door down. I'm curious to see this description here. Okay. With all my might. All right, so it's an empty room. Sitting room. Okay, so now Ben has described the room. Empty, broken pieces of furniture. And we look for danger, included by the thieves' whereabouts. As you search the room, you hear a loud noise from upstairs. Sounds like something heavy has been knocked over. Okay, so the rats or whatever's up there decided to just go hog wild and start a bachelor party or something. And it looks like Ben's really leading us upstairs, or just making us aware that that's where the action's coming from. Okay, so this room seems empty. So we will check the next door over. Okay? We're being very cautious, of course. That's exactly what I said. Even though I kicked the door down, the first one I just kicked the door down, and now I think Tessa said, "Okay, all right, Eric, you gotta be cautious." All right, so let's see what happens here. It's a bedroom. Okay, it's moving. There's a lot of moving going on upstairs. Okay, how many more doors are here? I'm being pretty loose with my language here. Good God. 3 more doors. One of the doors leads to the kitchen. Okay, so we checked them all. It's like, okay, there's 3 more doors, but they're all empty. Just go upstairs, for God's sake. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I take that back. All right, I got ahead of myself. The 3rd door didn't have a thing. There's a safe. That's great. Okay, just repeating that there's something from upstairs. Okay, so there's a safe here. And there's no enemies around, so we're going to go ahead and have... I will motion to Tessa and have her quietly, stealthily, what is it, like crack the safe, or sure, crack the safe. All right, stealthily a word. All right. Okay, come on, Tessa, you got this. Come on. Yes, working the lock. Okay. A few minutes, she succeeds in cracking the lock. Opens the safe and look inside. Small wooden box. All right, Tessa takes the box and...
Tessa takes the box out of the safe and hands it to you.
Oh, thanks.
As you open the box, you see that it contains a small, intricately crafted necklace. It is clearly a valuable item.
Ooh.
You suspect that this is the item that the merchant hired you to retrieve.
I did it!
It looks like your mission is complete. Do you want to continue exploring the mansion, or do you want to head back to the merchant to deliver the necklace and claim your reward? Or do you have a different plan in mind?
Holy cow. All right, so we've already completed the adventure. This is great. So have you ever seen a dungeon layout? Like, think of all the D&D modules and adventure books where, you know, there's room A1, A2, A3, A4, and literally on the first floor before any encounters, there's the item you need, and we just skedaddle immediately. But now I'm really curious about the noise upstairs, which you don't have to take care of. And we've already seen the goblin leader, so I wonder who's up there. All right, let's see if Arlo was correct in his analysis of the noises. So, all right, we're going to continue. We're going to continue exploring the mansion. Should I say because we want loot? Because we want loot. Great. Why not just be honest with your dungeon master? Tell them what we need. We need magic items. We need gold. We need all the things to level up. Okay, looks like we're not injured or anything, so I don't think Grigor needs to do anything for us. So, all right, we're going to continue to explore the mansion. Okay, we want loot. We will cautiously, okay, head up the stairs. Now, let's see what... I have a comment here. We'll see. Okay. In search of loot. Thank you for verifying me. Keep a watchful eye for any signs of danger. Several more doors up the hallway. Hear noise coming from behind the doors and decided, no, I don't. It's too much. No! All right, so we decided to, against our better judgment, to go ahead and investigate. So we approach the door.
You approach the door cautiously and open it, revealing a large, ornately decorated bedroom. As you enter the room, you see a figure standing in the corner. It is the thief you have been looking for. The thief is a tall, slender human with long, dark hair. She looks surprised to see you and your companions, and she seems to be unarmed.
Okay, well, what is she do? Do you think she'd be hiding? Is she just standing in the, what, specifically the corner? Wait, so we're looking for the thief too? I didn't realize. Is that our second contractual obligation? I didn't read the fine text. I'm a paladin of righteousness. I kick doors down and I get loot. Okay, so she's surprised to see us. What were you doing? Why'd you come up here? Let me be in this corner. And she is unarmed. It's really specific. It's a thief who's unarmed. The only tool and weapon she has is her wits. Okay, all right. So what are we gonna do? Okay, so I ask the thief what she is up to. Okay. She looks nervous. Trying to come up with an excuse. All right. The thief stammers. I was just looking for a place to hide. I didn't mean any harm. Please don't hurt me. All right, so the DM already told us this is an excuse, so...
As the thief speaks, you see something glinting in the corner of your eye. You turn and see a small, intricately crafted necklace lying on a nearby table. It is the same necklace that the merchant hired you to retrieve.
Aha! It looks like the thief is indeed the one who stole the necklace. Do you want to confront the thief and demand the return of the stolen item? Or do you have a different plan in mind? Okay, I do like how polite Ben is being here. Would you like to confront the thief, or do you have a different plan? All right, here's what we're going to do. So apparently, there's two necklaces, which I think is AI kind of going in circles, right? I maybe didn't catch that I didn't say I took I should have said I took it. I don't remember. Either way. So maybe this one's a fake. So let's see. So I will roll perception because I haven't asked me to roll anything, to see if that necklace is a fake. As a paladin, of course, my perception is my strongest skill, and I was a goldsmith also. I took a course at college. Sure thing. Determine if the necklace is a fake or not. I don't need you to roll a perception check. Thank you for describing a perception check is. This is, you know what? If you're a new player, though, this is pretty cool to learn a little bit. Okay, in this case, your character's wisdom 14, a +2 bonus checks, for example. Okay. Let me know what you roll. Oh my gosh, my dice are in the gaming area. Of course, I should have brought a roll. I thought it would just roll automatic for me, but I could just do a roller online. So I'll do a roller online. Okay. And it looks like I got a 16. So, whoopsies, I just said 16. Okay, I got it. Very good. Oh, and add my bonus. Great. Very good result. Good job, Arik. Understand details of the world around them. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what this. Come on. Tell me. Narratize me.
As you examine the necklace, you are able to determine that it is indeed the real thing. The craftsmanship is impeccable, and the gemstones are of the highest quality. You have no doubt that the necklace is worth a small fortune. It looks like you have recovered the stolen item and completed your mission. Do you want to confront a thief and demand the return of the necklace, or do you have a different plan in mind?
All right, so we gotta take care of the thief. And the thief was looking for a place to hide, didn't mean any harm. Okay. So I'm a paladin of righteousness, and justice is what I'm all about. So unfortunately, we gotta take the thief. So I tell the thief that she is under arrest. Why? For the under arrest for the stealing of the necklace. What are you gonna do now, thief? I gave you my righteousness. Under arrest. Theft. Oh, theft. Yeah, theft. Yeah. He's terrified. Begs for mercy. Okay. We did it. We did it. We do all the things. We did all the things. Okay, we beat the adventure. Let's see. I just have Ben narrate this for us.
You confront the thief and tell her that she is under arrest for the theft of the necklace. The thief looks terrified and begs for mercy, promising to return the necklace and make amends for her actions. You and your companions decide to take the thief into custody and bring her back to the merchant to face justice. You wrap the necklace in a cloth and place it in your pack, and then you and your companions escort the thief out of the mansion and back to the merchant's shop. When you arrive at the merchant's shop, the merchant is overjoyed to see you. He thanks you profusely for recovering the necklace and offers you a generous reward for your services. With your mission complete, you and your companions decide to take some time to rest and celebrate your success before setting out on your next adventure.
Okay, we did it. We beat the adventure. So that's pretty cool. I'm sure if I was a little more specific about what I was doing, and I don't really know how to manipulate, quote unquote, these kind of AI programs to, the best degree. But I did hear that giving a lot of detail, like in responses. So it's, I could have been like, I want to confront the thief, tell her she's under arrest, but at the same time, I want you to tell me what happens, right, when I do that, and just stop there or something like that. I don't know exactly, but still, we're getting along here. It's actually pretty darn fun. I wouldn't say it's the best D&D adventure of all time, but to pass a little bit of time, it seems fun enough to me. Some cool descriptions we can take away from this. It uses engages a lot of the senses, and there's a bit of a narrative flow here, and we just got to play D&D for a little while and have a good time. So I don't know. Do you want to see the? Would you like to see the text or hear me narrate the continuing adventures of Arik on this platform, this AI, this Dungeon Master AI, Ben? Thank you very much, ChatGPT, for putting this adventure forward. I think I kind of had a lot of fun, somewhat at the expense of the AI, but overall, it was nice. So, all right. Well, thank you for watching this. Again, let me know if you want to see more of this. I'd be interested in just continuing to knock out some more adventures. The party seems pretty cool. I didn't have much to do for Grigor, but maybe next time. All right. Well, that's been D&D with an AI. See you next time.